Hey fam, and welcome to season 5, episode 4 of MiraStar Podcasts. So today I'm with Edna. So Edna, how you doing?
I'm doing today. How are you doing today, Marco?
I'm good. So you've been on the podcast before. I remember you did the 2 Lies and 1 Truth episode with Steffi, season 4, episode 9, and you want a pizza.
Yeah,
It was basically like a little, questioning type of thing with multiple choice to see who knows more between you and Steffi, and you won. But yeah, in today's episode, we're talking about religion, the importance of it, and why people may celebrate it. So the first question is, why do you think it's important to celebrate other people's religion?
I think it's important because, people and you get to understand other people, their communities and that stuff, and it's there's diversity and it's more what's the word, inclusive.
Yeah.
So beliefs, the traditions, whatever.
Yeah, because basically, I remember one time I was in RE, and I was learning about Hinduism and Sikhism.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's certain people who might be like, oh, why aren't we just learning about Christianity? Why do we have to learn about these other stuff? And realistically, if you feel like you should only learn about just yourself, that makes you very narrow-minded. As in, you think of yourself and nothing else. It's a bit strange. So why do you think it's important to be proud of your religion?
Cause it's like a part of you, it's your identity. Being proud of religion, it's just, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, because it's like who you are. Because if you're not proud of your religion, then you're not proud of who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what role does religion play in your life? Like, what does religion do for you?
What does religion do for me? Let me think. Wait, I need some time to think.
Because for me personally, let's say I'm a Christian, right? So obviously the scripture is the Bible. For example, let's say you feel down and you have literally nothing else, you feel like you can't go to anyone else to talk about it. You will always have those Bible quotes. So for example, that's what the Bible does for you. It helps you. It guides you. That's something that Christianity does for you, or religion can do for you.
Yeah, comfort and that stuff, and I don't know how to explain it.
Like something you can always rely on.
Yeah, when it's difficult times and that, it's like a way to cope, like a coping mechanism.
Yeah. So how has religion influenced your beliefs and values? So by values, I basically mean what you stand by. For example, I'm a very determined person. So for example, this podcast, if I wanted to do this podcast 2 years ago, I would have, got straight to doing it. That makes me a determined person. And being determined is my value. So how does religion influence your beliefs and values?
What's the word? It's kind of affected the way I make decisions and how I see everything. Kind of how I see the world. You get what I mean? And I don't know how to explain it. How I act.
Yeah. Like there's certain ways a person of a certain religion shouldn't act, and you'll be like, oh no, I'm Christian, I can't do that. Oh no, I'm Muslim, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm Jewish, I can't do that. If you know what I mean. It kind of interlinks with the way you think and the way you approach different ideas.
Yeah. I don't know.
So do you think that religion is important for a person's moral development? So do you think religion is important for the way you think, the way you go about things, basically?
Yeah, because say that you wanted to for example, you wanted to steal something and you're a Christian, the Bible says don't do that. So I just feel like
thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal.
You should not thief. But yeah, for example, by moral development, morality, I'm pretty sure it's your options between right and wrong. right? And you just did a very good example about stealing, right? So it's either should you steal this, yes or no. That's basically a question of morality. Should you choose a good idea or should you not choose a bad idea? And religion might help you, might help choose your decision, right?
Yeah.
So that's a way it like affects your your moral development. So next question is, how do you think religion can help people in times of crisis? For example, like COVID and stuff like that.
How do I think what?
Religion can help people in times of crisis. For example, like COVID, someone's sick, stuff like that.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Right. How do you think religion can help people in times of crisis?
Can help me in my times of crisis.
Yeah, by times of crisis, I mean like COVID, someone's sick, someone's in the hospital, stuff like that. How can religion help with that?
Like it can guide you. Like see, like scripture can like guide you. Like it can like how do I explain it? Like it can give you like
Motivation.
yeah, it can give you like motivation, like hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it can comfort you as well. Like
Yeah. So the
like
whole idea I'm getting right is religion is very comforting.
yeah, it's very good.
Religion is basically like something you can always rely on and something you're always supposed to rely on, as in that religion is always with you and you should act like it. So for example, by times of crisis, let's say there's COVID, obviously everyone's isolated, there's quarantine, all of that. Religion, you could be isolated, but the thing is you're never isolated from God, right?
Yeah.
So you always have religion and you always have God, no matter what.
Yeah.
So the next question is, do you think religion has a positive or a negative impact on society?
Do I think what?
Religion has a positive or negative impact on society?
Say it again, I can't hear you.
Do you think religion has a positive or negative impact on society?
Let me think. Like, I think it can have. I need to wait. Let me think about it. On society.
Yeah. I feel like it's both.
Yeah, it's kind of both.
But it just depends the way you go about it, right?
Like, you can't be like, oh, my religion's better than yours, blah, 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 blah. Like, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
Like, they're equal.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of pros and cons to religion, mainly pros. But the only cons, it just differs between the way people see religion and not how religion actually is. For example...
Yeah. Like discrimination.
Yeah. Like that. Like, discrimination is what leaves the negative impact, if you know what I mean. It's not the actual religion, it's the, discrimination.
Yeah.
So personally, I feel like religion itself is positive. Discrimination that leads from religion, negative.
Yeah.
So why do you think... Wait, I think I've asked a similar question to this, but why do you think religion is important to so... No, this is the same question. So how has religion shaped your life or the lives of people you know?
How has what?
Religion shaped your life or the lives of people you know?
Like, it's provided, like, what's the word? Giving me like a sense, like, purpose.
Yeah.
And meaning. Yeah, it's like who I am.
Like, religion is basically displaying that you're working for an end goal.
Yeah.
Or reward, or you have something in mind, and that something in mind will stick with you for the rest of your life or your whole life practically. I feel like religion, it shapes, as I said before, morally, as in your decisions, your decision making, your choices, your actions. Think before you do and think before you speak.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, what do you think are the biggest misconceptions about religion?
What do I think? What
are the biggest misconceptions about religion?
What that is? Misconceptions.
Yeah, like the wrong idea.
Oh, right. Let me think. Maybe like, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like what I said about discrimination. Yeah, cause people think that like violence and stuff like that. Cause like, for example, people think that like cause of, cause like 9/11 and that. You know how
people try to correlate it to all Muslims.
Yeah, they think
that's a misconception.
Yeah, that's a big misconception. And because of that, they now discriminate the Muslims. It's not good.
Yes. One misconception about religion is, atheism.
Yeah.
People think that if you're atheist, you're against religions.
Yeah,
Just because you're atheist doesn't mean you're against them. You just don't have an actual religion. You just don't believe in anything, really. Doesn't mean you don't like the whole idea of religion. It doesn't make you anti-religion. It just means you don't have one. That's a misconception where people think just because you're atheist, you're anti-religion, as in you don't like religions. Another misconception is people think Catholics worship Mary and the Pope. People don't worship Mary and people don't worship the Pope. It's basically like, I think they believe it's like delivering a message. Like they deliver a message to God through Mary or through the Pope. They don't worship them, if you know what I mean. So those are like examples of misconceptions. For example, people think Allah and God are different. Allah just means God in Arabic.
Yeah, they're not the same.
Yeah. So that's another misconception. Next question is, why do you think it's important to speak up about your religion?
I feel like I said before, it's like it's a part of you. You get what I mean? Like it's good to like educate other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how do you think religion can bring people together?
How do I what?
How do you think religion can bring people together?
I feel like unity.
Yes.
Why is like
unity?
Like it's just like what do I think? You repeat the question.
How do you think religion can bring people together?
Yeah, it's like unity, like respect. Like how do I say it? I don't know how to say it. Let me think.
For example, right? You know how, like, by bringing people together, let's say if you go church, mosque, temple, synagogue, gurdwara, anywhere you go, right? Obviously, there's people with alike features to you, similar characteristics, same or similar beliefs that brings you guys together, and that forms similar traits. If you know what I mean? Yeah. That brings people together. Places of worship. So that's a way religion, like, kind of brings people together. You know what I mean? So how do you think religion has changed over time?
How do I think what?
Religion has changed over time.
Religion has what?
Changed over time.
Changed over time. That's like Let me think about this one. Like, how's that? How was it like in the past? There's been like there's new beliefs, like new like
New
what you
ideas.
also be like changed since then,
Yeah.
and like how they practice it. Yeah, how they practice like their religion.
Yeah.
Probably definitely different from the past.
Because I remember in the past, right? Like, I learned this back like a year ago in history. Um, like back around Battle of Hastings, Harold Godwinson, whatever, years ago, right? When I was learning about that. Basically, um, church and Christianity, especially Catholicism, used to be the center point of every village. Like, there'd always be a church in every single village.
What else do I think? I think like I was saying like how religion changed over time,
Yeah.
like
Like,
tradition and stuff
but
like.
yeah, like I was just saying, you know how in history,
Mm-hmm.
when we learned about Battle of Hastings, there used to be like a church in like every single village. People used to be very religious. If anything happened, they would blame it on religion. At one point, if it was raining, I think they would have blamed it on religion.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't about the pieces. I forgot what it was. It was like the it was like the plague or something like black
Oh,
plague.
the plate. One of the sicknesses. Something. It was one of them. They linked it to religion.
They linked it to religion.
Yeah. So that, like, back in the past, um, so a lot of things were religion orientated and revolved around religion. Sickness, religion. Raining, religion. Snowing, religion. Just weather, religion. Feeling a bit weird, religion. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how religion has changed. Um, do you think that religion can be a source of conflict between different groups of people? Like, do you think religion could maybe be the cause for wars between different countries and stuff like that?
What was the first thing you said? Like, yeah, like, what did you have?
What'd you say?
Repeat the question like, from the beginning.
Do you think that religion can be a source of conflict between different groups of people?
Like, the cause of, like, war and stuff.
Yeah.
Can it... Can it be this one? Well... I think like it can.
I guess so. Well, I guess it's happened before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Um, like relating to stuff like Henry IV, I think he had, like, a French war had something to do over religion.
Right.
There's been Spanish wars, Irish wars, and what's the other one? There's been like a lot of different wars that have linked to religion, especially with Protestantism. I don't know if that's how you say it. Like Protestant and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's been different like wars relating to religion. Because I know there was one. I think there was a war called the French Wars of Religion, something like that. Something like that. The next question is: how do you think religion can influence a person's worldview, as in how they see things?
How can religion affect how people see things?
Yeah, like their worldview.
Let me see. How people view the world. How they view the world. Wait.
Yeah.
Let me think. How they can view the world. How people view the world. Like, I would say, like, again, like, beliefs, like what they believe in.
I would agree. I feel like when it comes to religion and how it affects your worldview, I feel like if you're religious, you tend to be more cautious. For example, people may say this symbolizes something bad. You shouldn't do it, you shouldn't take it, you shouldn't eat it, you shouldn't drink it. That may affect your worldviews and how you see it and stuff like that.
I would say like how you interact with others.
What did you say? How you treat others?
Yeah, how you interact with others.
Yeah.
Your attitude towards others, I think. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Right. So, do you think that religion can help people find meaning and purpose in their lives? And I'm pretty sure you said something like this before.
Religion can... Say that again.
Do you think religion can help people find meaning and purpose in their lives?
Purpose in their lives?
Yeah.
In their life. I said something, but I forgot what I said. Let me think. Wait, I think I can remember. Like, scripture can help you find meaning in your life.
Yes. Like, for example, if you depict a quote, like, break a quote apart, start analyzing it, actually trying to, like, deep what it actually is trying to say, you can learn a lot from that.
Yeah, and, like, so if you can, like, relate to it.
Yeah. Like, just going through the Bible, maybe going through selected quotes, you can learn a lot in those quotes, you know. I've been there, done that. I've read quotes, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I feel like religion can really help people find meaning and purpose in their lives. So, how do you think religion can impact a person's mental health?
Which is like, I didn't hear you.
How do you think religion can impact someone's mental health?
Impact their mental health?
Yeah.
Mental health. Right. I feel like it's like positive and negative. Let me see, like it can help you like deal with stress.
Yeah.
And like, what's that word? Trauma. Yes, that's one. And like anxiety and depression. Like it can help you. Like scripture again, the same scripture can like help you with that. Like, see, like,
yeah. But when you're going through mental health things,
yeah,
I feel like it's very, very easy to lose belief or hope in things.
Yeah.
Sometimes religion can even be the cause, as in, oh, I'm really struggling. I feel like I won't make it. It's really hard for me, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it may, like, instead of helping you, it does the opposite for you. And I feel like stuff like religion take a lot of time. Like, a lot of things in life aren't easy, and it just depends if you have the determination to. So how do you...
Wait. Let me see something. Because you know, like, how do I explain this? Oh, I just thinking of it. Because like religion, like affecting mental health, like, because people get killed for their religion. Like people get hate crime for their religion. It can affect, or like, I don't know, how can it affect them? I can't explain it.
Like they'll feel targeted.
Yeah, they feel targeted. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Your mental health.
So, how do you think religion can impact a person's relationship with others?
Again, we were talking.
How do you think? How do you think religion can impact a person's relationship with others?
With others.
Yeah.
Wait, how can I do that? I would. What did I do? Number 7. I forgot the word. Begins with a T. Celibacy. I think. I don't know. I think.
Celibacy. What did you say the word was?
It's like, I forgot the word. It's back in year 7. It was like celibacy or something like that.
Celibacy. What did they begin with?
D.
Celibacy.
I don't know if it's the word. Like, I would say like if when you can't have like, sex before marriage.
What are you saying?
Sex before marriage. Yes, marriage before.
I think you got it the wrong way around. I think you got it the wrong way around.
Marriage before sex.
But yeah, that's one of the ways. I feel like religion makes you, as you said, more cautious. Like, you think twice. In fact, think 3 times. Think thrice. Think twice, and then think again. So how do religious beliefs vary across different cultures and regions of the world?
Say it again.
How do religious beliefs vary across different cultures and regions of the world?
Vary across where?
Different cultures and regions of the world. Basically, how does religion change like across different cultures and like places? For example, let's say the Christians in England, they're not really that religious. Like, they go to church maybe every Sunday. The following day they'll go to the pub. Just they're Christians, maybe a little lukewarm. Some serious Christians, like nuns, all that kind of stuff, Catholicism, all that kind of stuff. Whereas, let's say Christians in Rome or the Vatican City, they're very religious. Like, they're heads down, reading a Bible. If they're outside, just know there's a Bible in their left pocket. They're very Christ orientated, or they're very they're very sincere with their religion, if you know what I mean. So how do you think religion can change within different places?
Like, I was thinking like traditions.
Yeah,
like around the world. I like their own their own tradition, and like their beliefs, like own beliefs, and like their own practices. Yeah. And what else? Let me think. I don't know what else. But like, is that some are more serious than others?
Yeah, like more, like some of them are more like you have to do more things.
Yeah.
So what role does religion play in politics and government?
Politics and government. Let me think. I need some time to think about that. Politics and government, religion. I learned about this. Wait, let me think. Politics. What did I know about politics now? Wait, I'm thinking.
She's thinking.
I don't know.
So the question was, how does religion play a role in government and politics?
I was thinking about it, yeah. It's different in different countries, I think.
How so? How's it different?
Because some let's explain this one now. In some it's like really, really, really valuable, like it's really important. But it's just how I explain. It's just
I've got a very, very good example in my head.
Say the example.
Right. So In some countries, LGBTQ is banned due to religious beliefs.
I wasn't thinking.
And in some countries, the government will put you to like death penalties, fines, etc. because of the belief that LGBTQ is bad in some religions. That's an example.
Yeah.
I don't know, that just came in my head. But yeah, that's an example of how religion plays a role. Right. So the next question is, how do what do you think of the way schools teach religious studies?
What?
MiraStar.
What's the question? I think.
The question is, what are your opinions on the way schools teach religious studies?
What do I think about that? Ways teach religion. Well, I need to think. Because, what's teach religion? No, because my teacher doesn't even teach that much, so she only spends time shouting at kids. That's I'm just like, I think. Because I have Miss Hampson last year. Miss Hampson was calm. Let me think. But like,
Me personally, I think the way they teach is all right. Like they try to be as exclusive as they can. I mean, inclusive as they can. They try to include as much religions. For example, let's say it's a Catholic school. They won't only prioritize Catholicism. They'll also try and go to Hinduism, Sikhism, Judaism, all those kind of different religions. So the way they teach religious studies, and at least our school specifically, I think it's all right. I don't really have any major problems with it. But yeah, what do you think?
it is respectful. Yeah, they are respectful with it. They're not like rude about it, whatever. And like with other cultures, they are respectful about it.
Yeah.
I know that. Those are my opinions on it.
So how might religion affect the whole concept of forgiveness and redemption?
The concept of
forgiveness and redemption.
Forgiveness.
Yeah.
Forgiveness. And what? What's the other word? Redemption.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like to come back, as in maybe.
Oh, I know redemption.
Yeah.
Let me think. Forgiveness. It's very like. It's very strong. It's a very strong like. What's the word? I have the word. It's like very strong emphasis.
Yeah. For example, reconciliation.
Yeah.
That is like basically to come back to good terms.
Good terms, yeah.
I mean, like throughout the whole podcast, I've used Christianity as an example because obviously that's what I know the most.
Yeah.
But for example, in Christianity, they have where I think especially in Catholicism, where you confess and like you pray to like basically, what's the word called? Reconciliation. Basically to get back onto level terms, good terms, forgive, and all that kind of stuff. Right. What do you say?
It's highly valued. That's what I was gonna say. It's highly valued.
Yeah. So how do religious beliefs shape people's views on science and technology?
How do science and technology?
Yeah.
Wait, how do I say it? Affect science and technology. Science and technology. I was thinking about this before, but I forgot what I said.
Well, a big example is the Big Bang.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Obviously that completely contrasts the whole story of creation, and there's many different story of creations between different religions, but however, not every single religion has a story of creation.
Yeah.
Some religions are just based off of faith and believing that we are just here. But yeah, the Big Bang, obviously that completely contrasts religious beliefs. So yeah, I guess that's just like the major one I could think of.
Yeah, I agree.
My voice hurts. I don't know, because I sound very tired before, but I'm slowly waking up. So how do religious institutions, by religious institutions, I basically mean religious services sites like CAFOD, all that, Caritas. How do religious institutions support charitable work and social services?
Charitable work.
Yep.
And
social services. How do they promote it?
How do they promote it?
Yeah.
Charitable what?
Work.
How's that word? And charitable work and
social services.
Let me think about that one, because I have an answer for that one.
You say you do or you don't?
I'm still thinking. Like, hey, how do I explain it? I forgot how they promote it, because I learned about it in year 7.
What's it called? Obviously, they do like food banks.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. They have something called a preferential option for the poor.
What's that?
It's basically where they try to put the poor before people who are already like rich or middle class. They try to always think of the poor before doing anything else. So let's say you have a lot of money already and you're about to go put £100 or $100, whatever, into your account. In fact, think of the poor first. So have a preferential option for the poor. That's basically what it means.
Yeah, and like, I was thinking like homeless shelters and that.
Yeah.
And what else? Could you see like education?
Yeah, you could say education. Like sometimes they might come into schools, have assemblies, talk, all that kind of stuff. You could say school.
And like volunteer work.
Yeah, like voluntary work. Like litter picking, all of those kind of things. Because I know in our school they do like some people, they might decide to go pick litter up, help the local community that they live in, and stuff like that. Next question. How do religious beliefs shape people's views on human rights?
How do religious beliefs what?
Shape people's views on human rights.
Do that again.
How? We can tell me.
People's beliefs on human rights.
Yeah.
I would say human rights.
Yeah.
Right, like. What
you say? What would I say? Because basically, I'm pretty sure in like one of the articles, I think it was Article 18 of the UN Universal Declaration of Human Rights, something in 1948, it says everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. Right? So that basically interlinks with the whole idea of human rights and religion. What you say?
I learned about it in IB. But completely forgot. Like,
yeah.
could you say like they can like? I don't know. Could you say like they hold issues?
Let me see. Right. So the next question is, how do religious institutions support interfaith dialogue and understanding?
And understanding.
Yeah.
I would say like mutual respect. Like
Yeah.
like
Let me see.
what else would I say? I would say like I would say education again.
Yeah.
Because it would like educate others.
Practically, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know what else.
I feel like by understanding, it's like understanding different religions.
Yeah.
So I feel like they work together they try to be, as I said before, very inclusive. They don't make things where, oh, it's only Christians, oh, it's only Muslims, oh, it's only people who are Jewish, it's only Hindus, oh, it's only Sikhs. They're very inclusive. They basically highlight the fact that anyone and everyone can come, regardless of your religion, regardless of your belief, and regardless of your values. You are welcome to come. That's basically the main message they try to promote.
Yeah.
The next question is, how do religious institutions address issues of poverty and economic inequality?
Address what? How do you religious institutions address what?
Basically, how do religious institutions like address issues of poverty and issues of like money and economic and stuff like that?
Charities and like you said, like food banks.
Yeah. Next question. How do religious beliefs shape people's views on the use of violence and conflict resolution?
Can you say that again?
How do religious beliefs shape people's views on use of violence and conflict resolution? Basically, how do religious beliefs shape people's views on like just the idea of violence and how to resolve conflict or resolve problems? For example, I'd say religions teach to be very peaceful about things, because religions tend to be peaceful and obviously not to relate to war. So I feel like the main message religion tries to put out is to be peaceful and to not do war. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
And like, yeah, like you said about peace, and I think religions are very forgiving.
Yeah.
So obviously they wouldn't like. What's the word? I don't know the word for it.
Which one?
I don't know the word, but like obviously they wouldn't be like, don't go down that path of like violence and or like trouble. I just stay away from that.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do religious beliefs influence people's ideas or people's views on the use of technology and social media?
People's views on what? People's views on
technology and social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
Let me think.
I think like on social media there's like many different views about the same topic. Like obviously religion has different meanings. Sometimes religion can be symbolic. Basically, I think social media is like, it shows the different meanings and the different interpretations. Like social media has a lot of different ideas. Everyone has different opinions. and stuff like that.
Yeah,
To build up religion.
you could like post that on social media. They can use it for positive things as well. Because I saw this ad the other day. It was about, I don't know what the app was called. Let me not lie. It was a Muslim dating app. What was called? But yeah, it can be used for like positive things.
Yeah, like matchmaking.
Like you see, like spread awareness.
Yeah.
And like social justice issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Issues. I'm sorry.
I think I did talk about this before. Now I just want to ask you. So how do different religions approach the idea of forgiveness and reconciliation?
Did you ask me this question?
I didn't ask you the question, but I was talking about it before.
How do different religions
approach the idea of forgiveness and reconciliation?
Idea of forgiveness and reconciliation.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about reconciliation. Because I know about reconciliation last time. Let me think. Like, yeah, they see forgiveness, like you said, like peace.
Yeah.
Like, what's that word? Oh, it links to peace. Like healing. Yes, that is the word. Like, they feel like, how not to like for instance, like, they see things like peace, and like healing, and that kind of stuff, and like, what's like to give? I'm not supposed to
unity.
say, like,
Unity.
Yeah, unity.
Like it makes everyone feel one. Like everyone's in one piece.
One, yeah.
Everyone's just together. Everyone's calm. Everyone's like,
Peace.
So, how do you think religious institutions support relationships, help support people's social life and relationships?
Religious institutions
help support people's social lives and relationships.
Or people's social relationships. Social. Institutions.
Yeah, like CAFA and all that. So I feel like they might promote messages to be like, oh, be mindful, obviously, like, don't go above and beyond, if you know what I mean. And they always try to provide social care, like, if you feel like you have no one to speak to, you always have them to speak to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would say like they have like teachings and stuff like that. Like I said before, marriage before sex. Yes, I said it by this time.
No. Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I would say marriage.
First. Right. So, how do different religions approach the idea of suffering and pain?
Approach the idea of suffering and pain. I like this. Let me think. They see it as religion see it as like it's a like a normal, like, what's the word? I would say like it's normal when it comes to like development.
Yeah, as in you needed to develop.
Yeah, you need to develop.
For example, one of the quotes in the Bible say, like Romans chapter verse Chapter 5, verse 3 to 5 says, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." Basically, that means through suffering, that produces character, hope, character development, basically. So even these kind of quotes, they interlink with character development and suffering. So you have to go through suffering to develop.
It's not going to be like, oh, it's gonna be perfect. Like, it's obviously going to be a bit like little bumps in the road. You get what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like, it's double.
Yeah. So how do religious institutions support people's spiritual growth and development? So spiritual growth.
Spiritual growth and development.
Yeah.
Spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. I would say, and like, what would I say? How do religious institutions support spiritual growth? Maybe like, oh yeah, I would say like, again, education, like
Yeah.
with their teachings, like to go like deeper into their like their faith, like learn about it more,
Yeah.
like help their relationship with God.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically just like that. So how do religious institutions support people's physical health and well-being? Basically, for example, you know what gluttony is, right?
Huh?
You know what gluttony is, right?
I've heard of it. It's one of the. I don't know what it means. Can you explain it?
Gluttony is basically like intemperate eating. Basically eating too much, overeating, eating when you don't need to eat. And basically, the Catholic Church considers it as the fifth of the 7 cardinal sins. Have you ever heard of these 7 sins?
I think so. It's like like name another one. I think I might know them. Like
Lust.
yeah, lust and like envy and stuff like that. Yeah, I know them.
Yeah. So gluttony is one of them. And gluttony is basically overeating, eating when not necessary. Obviously that interlinks with physical health. Obviously, if you're overeating, that's not good for your physical health. So that's how gluttony, one of the 7 cardinal sins, relates to physical health. What do you think?
What's the question? Is it what do religious institutions
Support people's physical health and well-being.
How does religious help with that?
Yeah, just basically anything that relates to it, something like similar.
What would I say? Let me think about it. Like maybe prayer.
Yeah, I agree.
People who are like dealing with physical like illness.
Yeah. The next question: how do religious beliefs influence people's views on the environment?
Beliefs. How do religious beliefs? What? How do religious beliefs
influence people's views on the environment?
Let me think about it.
Basically, have you ever heard of Laudato Si?
Yes, Laudato.
Basically, I think it's Laudato Si. It's an encyclical by Pope Francis, and it's basically talking about caring for our common home and to be stewards of the earth. And being stewards of the earth,
yeah.
That basically talking about caring for the land we have and taking care of it.
I was gonna say, wait, give me a minute. probably like the Datos because I was thinking about it like what was it? I learned about it last year. Because there's something I was gonna say, like I know it was for like everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, and I remember, like 2015, like around there. That's kind of how I was about it, like, yeah, like how we need to care for like stewards of the earth. That's what I was gonna talk about.
Yeah, practically like that. Be the steward of the earth. Right. The final question I will ask you relating to like this part is, how do religious institutions support education and learning?
Institutions what?
Support education and learning.
Education and learning. They have teachings in it. So like religious institutions have teachings and
like the Toms on Toms. Sometimes, from time to time, they will go into schools, talk, give assemblies, all that kind of thing.
And they would promote like personal growth and spiritual growth. By like I said, like giving lessons about doing your
yeah.
And what? I don't think I know what else.
Right. So that was all the questions on that. Now, before we did the podcast, I asked you for a quote or a part from the Bible, which is your most favorable. And this is the quote you chose. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. That is from Romans chapter 8, verse 18. What does this quote tell us?
It tells us like wait, let me read it. Okay.
Let me see.
You read it.
Right. The quote says, "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us."
It's like we're obviously gonna like suffer, but in the future there's gonna be like glory for us, like good things are going to happen to us after all of this like suffering that we're through.
Yeah. So that basically brings me to the final question, which is, what is the glory that is to be revealed to us?
Let me think about it. What's the question?
The question is, what is this glory that is to be revealed to us?
Well, it's like the promise to eternal life.
What you say?
Like eternal life. I learned about this in our review. Like promise to eternal life.
Yeah.
Like
practically that's what it is. Yeah.
Salvation.
Yes, salvation. Now, what does salvation mean?
Salvation. How do I explain it?
I know what it means. I just want to see if you know what it means.
Salvation. How do I explain salvation?
Like it's basically like being saved.
Yeah, being healed and stuff like.
Yeah, like being saved, basically.
Like from your sins.
Yeah, salvation. For example, Jesus died on the cross for our salvation.
Yeah.
Lovely. Right. So that was all the questions I had for you in this podcast. As you may know or not know, in every podcast episode, I have a quote.
You have a what?
So, as I was saying, every single episode, I have a quote. And all quotes are made by me because I'm just that guy. So, the quote for season 5, episode 4 of MiraStar Podcasts is, "Stay true to God. God will always stay true to you." That's so amazing.
So
It's
amazing. Amen.
In fact, let me repeat it. The quote of MiraStar Podcast season 5, episode 4 is, "Stay true to God. God will always stay true to you."
Wow.
I like it. It's probably my favorite quote that I've made because I'm just that guy.
What does it mean to you?
What do you say?
What does it mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
Lovely question. Basically, what it means to me is, if you give your all to God, if you give all your strength to God, God will do the same to you. And He always has done the same for you. So continue that. Keep it a loop. Right? That's what it means to me. Basically, loyalty. Be loyal to God. God's always been loyal to you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. Edna, thank you for being on it today.
You're welcome.
It's your second podcast episode and your final podcast episode because this is actually my last season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the last season of MiraStar Podcast. I've been doing this for like 2 years now. But yeah, I have 6 more episodes to go. And then that'll be my last. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.